When we were doing these rooms where people sent in for whatever the word their ugliest room in America, and this woman sent in had a cow kitchen, and I said to Nate privately, I said to Nate, I really hope she doesn't win because I really kind of like that cow kitchen because it was so representative of her, and I love that living room because it's so you.
Well, my kids.
Because most people have the sofa with the
well, we never live in a living room. We really only live in the kitchen. I was being totally honest. We never. The only thing is Santa Claus used to bring them each one of those animals since they were born. So, and that's all they played with. And they're 10 and 12 now. Until this year, they were on there. They had them all in a herd with leashes and belts and my necklaces and stuff. And they were like on these because you can ride those. You can ride those animals. So I never, my kids don't sit down.
Yeah. And so now, when you guys go into the living room, though, if you're going to have something in the living room, would you bring chairs in there, or everybody sit under the hoopah?
Under that thing, which is all lit and has these little twinkly lights and stuff, I put long tables, and that's where we would have, if I had a party with 10 or 20 people to serve dinner.
So you obviously had seen Nate on our show.
I've seen him do several different shows. But I was in the middle of filming. I've been documenting. I'm doing a documentary, and I've been filming myself every day for the last 6 months of this quest to lose weight, change my life. All these things I wanted to do. So it was a fluke that morning. I was standing in my kitchen, and I was being filmed for this documentary, and I had all these dogs and all these kids, and all this stuff was going on. So what you saw with the nice pajamas, they were nice, but 20 sizes too small, was I had it, and I turned around to the guy who was filming it, and I just said, Oprah, Nate, listen. And that's what you saw. I mean, that was real. That was
really
just sort of impromptu.
Had you been thinking about redoing your kitchen for a while?
Oh, I've been thinking about redoing my kitchen since I moved into my house. But, I had Scott come by, and he said, well, maybe it would be like this, and he did a great design for it. And at the time, I thought, I can't afford this, and I can't do that. I have to really, really work, because I just got a divorce, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I had to go out and really, really work to do this kitchen. And then it was just
because redoing kitchens is expensive. Why is it so expensive, Nate? Kitchens and bathrooms, why are they so expensive?
Labor. It's so labor intensive.
It's one person putting up 150,000 tiles.
Right. Well, it's labor and also what you need. The refrigerator, the stove. It's not just picking a sofa and tables and draperies. I mean, you actually have to have mechanical things that function.
Oh, is that why they're so expensive?
Yeah.
Tell me this: how did we saw your reaction? We all, went to the ugly cry and all that. I call it the ugly cry. But we saw your reaction, which was very moving. But how now, when you walk into that space, do you feel? Does it make you feel differently about living in the house?
It makes me feel differently about life. What I love about aesthetics and design and color is that it gives me a different point of view of life. When I'm surrounded by something beautiful, I actually want to come up to the mark to look that beautiful. I actually want to put myself in that space feeling as beautiful. That's what I think art is. It inspires you to change.
I know exactly what you mean. Because I bought a house in California, which I think is the best house in America. Everybody thinks their house is the best house in America. And my housekeeper, I say, I love my house. And my housekeeper says, I love my house. So I go, okay, you love yours, I love mine.
Exactly.
But anyway, and I felt exactly that way about my house. I felt like, how can you live in a house this beautiful and be a fat person coming through the door? But I really did. That's what I said to myself, with my fat butt self. And I said, I really do want to measure up to whatever external environment I have created. It really doesn't mean anything if you cannot internalize that in a way. That's exactly what happened to me.
Wow.
That's exactly what happened to me. So I really understand what you mean by that.
Cool.
Really, I get it. I get it.
I get it.
You're talking to me.
You're talking to me.
I get it. You get it. And I think everybody can do that too.
Yeah.
That's what I think is great about when I see your other makeovers.
It doesn't matter what your square footage is.
Right.
Yeah. No, but if you painted a room that apple green and you walk in it, it'll elevate you somehow.
That happens to me. How do we share the same colors? I love that. Okay, here's another scene from Kirstie Alley's new show, Fat Actors. If you've ever been overweight, oh, well, we're talking to America. Are you kidding? 67% of the country. You'll relate to this moment. Take a look.
Kirstie, that going? Well, that's good news because I have an offer for you. It's from Jenny Craig. What?
No, Kirstie, you have to do a scene. Have you done this? I don't know. I haven't seen the series, but you have to do it where you take off, where you're going to go on the scale, and you take off. I literally, yesterday, I was getting on, and I took off my watch, and then I had like an earring on. Let me take that off, okay? And then you have the bottoms of the pajamas. Just take off. So before you know it, you're just like sort of like buck naked there. Because you think, and then, wait a minute. Then I was standing there, and I think, well, let me pee again first, because that'll be like, that's 4 ounces. Yeah, true, yeah.
And who are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for myself. I just wanted
So
to
you
see.
just want to impress yourself.
I want to impress myself.
If I had the earrings you had on, I would be taking them off too.
We at Oxygen